this idea of the human people can have such a strong will and decide and do thing, and that's what that music, which is so suddenly powerful on and even the silence which follows is as frightening as the music in itself. Every rehearsal, every concert, we are fascinated by the power of his music, and we even feel it's not we who are playing his music, it's rather he who is playing us through his music. So we feel we are responding to something.
I agree. So old-fashioned, so kitsch, so. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying Justin Bieber, because everybody, the young people like. Of course, he's great, but Beethoven. Who could believe after listening to one or two quartets that Beethoven is old-fashioned? It's crazy. Every musician who is open-minded wishes to be satisfied in every category of what music can provide. Rock music can provide catharsis. You can fight with rock music. You can feel released because you listened to rock music. Jazz music can make work your brain and feel you smooth and ideal. I don't know. Pop music is kind of full. And you like the sound. The sound is clean. It's nice to hear. And classical music is supposed to make work your brain a lot and give peace to you, which is I don't like this idea. But Beethoven for me is fulfilling all these categories.
So in order to record one of our Beethoven disc, as we will do the complete cycle in 2019. We'll record the complete cycle in many different cities of the world. One disc will be in Melbourne, in Australia, so we will have the chance to go to New Zealand right before. We have never been to this continent. It's an amazing joy for us to join New Zealand. And we will play in Wellington and Auckland the same program. You will have the choice between Beethoven, or Beethoven. 3 different quartets, actually. The Opus 18 number 2, so basically one of the first he has written. The Serioso, Opus 95, and the half quartet, Opus 74. And if my heart will go to one of the 3 pieces, I will definitely choose the half quartet, Opus 74. My opinion is the late quartet. They are probably not so human. They are over the centuries. They can talk to the universality, the cosmos. And the 74, the half quartet, is just in between those 2 worlds. So you can feel that he achieves, that's my interpretation, but he achieves something with the human being, but he's now directed to another quest, which is much more universal, much more about philosophy. And I like this middle crisis.
So the idea of this live recording all around the world of the Beethoven cycle, that was that the whole thing together, this is more than 8 hours of music, needs to be recorded on 7 CDs, and Beethoven is probably the deepest example of modernity in composition, but also in idealism, in the way he wanted the future generations to receive his music. He was a little bit ununderstood at this time, and he was very full of this idealism of Goethe, Schiller, but also Kant, Hegel, this idea which sometimes the humanity will be reunified or something like that. It can sound very naive just like John Lennon with Imagine, I always to compare, but it's in the words it's kind of similar. It is clearly something like that. Like someday everyone will be brother. And we wanted to test this kind of universal and brotherhood dimension of Beethoven's music. A little bit like if his music would be a map, a treasure map, which we had to explore and bring to different cultures, such as in Brazil, in New Zealand, in India, in Africa, in Europe, of course, and to see and to catch how different cultures can receive this music, this unbelievable message of beauty and quality. And New Zealand is very, very, for us French people, this is the most far destination we can do. And so it's very important, because we say we do recording Beethoven all around the world to really explore for our first time in this continent.